From Mumbai to Chirle in 22 minutes at a toll of 250 rupees. Yes, this is the biggest speciality of this bridge, the Atal Setu. The distance between Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, which generally takes an hour and 45 minutes for people to cover, will now be covered in just 22 minutes, and that is the biggest USP. Saving of time, saving of petrol, saving of fuel. Most importantly, these are the two places which have two important ports. The Mumbai port will be connected to Jawaharlal Nehru port, and that is the major traffic that is being expected. The trucks which will ferry goods from one port to another are expected to use this. Now this 22-kilometer long sea bridge has been built majorly on the sea. 16.5 kilometers of its component has been constructed on the sea. But remember, this has been an extremely challenging construction for the several companies which have been involved. Let me tell you, experts from 10 different countries have been a part of this entire project, and they have been consulting the MMRDA over this. Japan's involvement has been tremendous. In fact, it is JICA which gave a massive loan for the completion of this project. So if you look at the project itself, it has been technologically, technically quite complicated. The 16.5 kilometers component that has been built on sea has used several new technologies. There were several environmental concerns that were raised at that time. The mud flats also have seen some construction, and the land part is where the remaining construction has happened. So technologically, several challenges that this project had faced have been overcome by the usage of innovative technologies. The MMRDA claims that the flamingos have only returned to the mud flats in larger numbers, and the environmental concerns have been proven to be false. Now, one of the concerns was the noise that the vehicles will generate when they will move on Atal Setu, and in order to cut down on this noise, these transparent noise barriers have been set up across the Atal Setu. Now, what is their speciality? While you can see that they are transparent, you can see through them, you can see the glorious sunset that's happening right behind me. But what's also important is that they are so strong that the noise gets cut, and in fact, instead of spreading, it moves up, thereby generating a very strong sound barrier across the Atal Setu. Now, there was another concern, and what was that? This 22-kilometer long sea bridge also passes through a route that oversees some of the major security installations of India. So, may it be the Bhabha Atomic Research Center, may it be HPCL, BPCL, we are seeing that all these things are dotted on this coastline of Mumbai. And in order to find solution to that, we see that this visual barrier has been set up across the entire stretch from where there would have been visibility of BARC, HPCL, BPCL, thereby making sure that the privacy of these vital security installations remains intact, even as connectivity of Mumbai to other parts of coastal Maharashtra increases. So these are the two important features. And to talk about the specialities of this massive infrastructure project here in Mumbai, I have with me MMRDA Commissioner Sanjay Mukherjee. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18. This is a massive achievement for the MMRDA. How do you look at it?
Well, I see this as a huge thing for us and for the state, and I think even at the national level, this is India's longest sea bridge. It is one of the longest in Asia. It is amongst the longest in the world. It has been built by technologies which were hitherto unknown, and it is a game changer in more ways than one.
So, sir, if you could talk to us about the specialities of this 22-kilometer long ocean bridge, as we already know that this is the biggest, the longest in India. What are the other qualities that make this different from any other bridge that has been constructed here, particularly because this also crosses several key installations which are important defense-wise?
Well, firstly, it connects the old dream of every Mumbaiker. The island city is there and the hinterland is there. And these two are to be connected. That's a very old dream of people who live in Mumbai. So this dream is now, it is being fructified by the means of this bridge. That is one. If you see from the engineering angle or the technical angle, then it is an amazing bridge. See, 16.5 kilometers of the bridge is bang on the sea. Remaining is an elevated road. It moves to three types of terrains. First is it moves to the land. Then a part of it is on the mud flat area, and then beyond that, it is it goes over the sea. Certain technologies not used ever, like the high-end orthotropic steel decks, which has enabled us to have spans as long as 180 meters, thereby continuing with the sanctity of the navigational channels. The use of reverse circulation rigs, which enabled us to move with minimum, vibrations, minimum disturbance to the habitats. So there were doubts about the flamingos and what is the impact on them. So I'm happy to say that the number of flamingos which have visited, like last year 24,000 plus visited, that number has gone up. It has not come down. Not a single mudflat has been damaged in this process. The flora and fauna on both sides have been maintained. So it is a very good example of sustainable development, and I'm very happy to mention here that the Bombay Natural History Society, which is a very, very reputed and accomplished institute, has also given its certificate of appreciation for this particular project. So that is the technical part. Sound barriers and silencers were used during construction. Interestingly, this bridge is seismic resistant. It is
So that was going to be in fact my next question, because not just earthquake, but Mumbai is something that has now started getting prone to cyclones as well, though not as much earthquake, but clearly a project like this will have to consider all these factors as well. So with respect to dangers, particularly with respect to cyclones as well as earthquakes, how is this bridge equipped?
Well, plain and simple, in simple words, 2.5 times more than the required thing is there. So if the seismic quantity is X, then 2.5 times of that has been used. So this gives this bridge an amazing, strength. Certain engineering techniques like flow-coated epoxy coating for all the concrete, a very high-end type of engineering has been used here. So the lifespan of the bridge, which we have anticipated 100 years, that is the minimum lifespan that the bridge will have, and I'm sure it will do better than that in the days to come. So now it is programmed, it is seismically resistant, and it is also, cyclone resistant.
So one quick question, Mumbaikars have been dreaming about this bridge for quite a few years. What is it that they will be able to enjoy with respect to the time that they will be able to save, and what is the money they will have to shell out in order to travel on this bridge?
Well, I think the matter came out in the news that the toll has been fixed at 250 rupees for the cars, and the Honorable CM yesterday in fact made a statement to the media on that matter. The toll for the other types of traffic would be proportionate to that. So I think in case of the Bandravali ceiling, the toll is something near 90-100 rupees. This is 5 times that size, so according to the toll is actually much less. And I hope that people do use this bridge to its full capacity. Well, plain and simple, the time it takes to go from, say, from Shivri or from South Bombay to Ulve is something like 1 hour 45 minutes to 2 hours. And absolutely, if you go in the morning when there is no traffic, then it is about an hour and 15 minutes or so. Now this bridge, you'll cross this bridge in 22 minutes, at 10 minutes on either side. So that's the time. It's more than half or more than half. That is the amount of time that it will save. Interestingly, every trip, as far as the petrol and all these things are concerned, if you take all those things into consideration, then it saves 700 to 800 rupees per trip per vehicle. So that is the incidental amount that you save by not moving. So that is the amount of time that you save, the money that you save. The interchange at Mumbai, we have got two connectors at at Shivdi, so that is mainly for JNPT and BPT connectivity. And then we have got a connector to the Eastern Expressway. So most of the cars will come through the expressway. And then you also have a Worli-Shivdi bridge which is being constructed. So that spur is ready, and as that bridge will be completed next year, you can directly go to Worli from this bridge, and thereby you can get into the Bandra-Worli sea link, or you can get into the coastal road, which shall be commissioned very shortly, I am hopeful.
While there will be connectivity from within the city that we can see, we will also see what is the connectivity outside the city. So you were telling us that in Mumbai, as the project gets completed, it will be connected to several locations, western suburbs, South Mumbai. What about places outside Mumbai?
So outside Mumbai, it is having a first connectivity where it lands. That is at Ulve, in a place called Shivaji Nagar. And at Shivaji Nagar, this will connect to Ulve, and then it has two arms. One arm goes and joins the proposed coastal road of Sitco, which is called as the Ulve Coastal Road. That will take it to the international airport. So from the junction point of Shivaji Nagar to the international airport, the estimated time would be 4 minutes. And otherwise, it will go ahead and it will join to the Palm Beach Road. So the estimated time from the connector to the Palm Beach Road through the Sitco Ulve Coastal Road is expected to be 9 to 11 minutes. So that is the thing. On the right hand side, as you go this way, it is to connect to the Kharghar Coastal Road. And that Kharghar Coastal Road joins and connects to Kharghar and then to the international corporate park, which is being planned by Sitco. So that's the connectivity at Ulve. You go further down, you come to a very famous village called as Jasai. That's the birth town of Diba Patil Saab, who was a very eminent leader of that area. And there it connects there's a down ramp and the upper ramp at Jasai and the national highway there. Further down, you go down to Chirle. And then Chirle again, there are up ramps and down ramps to connect to Chirle. We are also intending to connect this to the Mumbai-Pune Expressway, to the proposed multimodal corridor. And that way the connectivity... Multimodal corridor, now the land acquisition part is going on. The connector to Mumbai to the Pune Expressway, that work will start shortly. So that should take 2 years.
So, massive project. Mumbaikars are waiting with bated breath for this. Thank you so much for your time. So, this was Mukherjee sir telling CNN News 18 about the specialities of this bridge, India's longest sea bridge that will be open for traffic coming 12th January. The year 2024 brings with it a lot of excitement and hope for Mumbaikars, particularly for the kind of infrastructure projects made by the increasing web of the metro, the coastal road or this Atal Setu. It only shows that the aspirations of Mumbaikars will now have more opportunities to expand with the growing infrastructure. With video journalist Abhijit Sen Gupta, this is Vinaya Deshpande from Atal Setu.